Hey good people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Francis and this is your channel of your choice. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always being there. I have been talking about life situations and we are coming to the end of the year. This video will be out on December and we were in between the two doors when we are talking about being a people pleaser and being locked up in between two doors or indoors around and it's very dark, and we were talking about the journey of getting out from the people who do not help us, getting out from the situations which do not help us. And today I have come up with another video. It is an analogy of being locked out and now we are living out together. We are literally outside to see the light. We are literally outside and we've moved out and we have seen the light, and there are no grills that are going to stop us from doing the right thing. And literally, like you can see, there's a lot of light outside there, and that is where we are. And literally, this is now what I want to talk about after giving us the rules so that we can move with the light outside there. We did the rules and we are working out on those rules. And as we go with those rules that will help us form new relationships, as we follow those rules that will help us self-develop ourselves have personal development and get self-awareness of ourselves and our relationships out there, after leaving our past and friends who are of no help to us, now we are talking about the behaviors of being confident outside there. This is another video that is going to help us to talk about how to behave outside there, from being locked in with people who are not helping us, situations that are bringing us down, negative activities. How are we supposed to behave outside there as new beings, as new us? You don't want to miss that. You want to remain with me in this light. Tune in and make sure that you subscribe. Hit on that notification bell and know when these videos will coming in uploaded, so that we usher 2024 as new beings. Subscribe. I will be back. Let's go to the light and follow this journey together. So yeah, I'm back. Thank you for subscribing. We are talking about being in the light. I've decided to lock the door because the light was too much. But that is literally where we are. We are now in the light. And we are ushering in 2024 in new style. Shed off anything that has not been helping you in 2023. Shed out everyone who has not been of any help in your 2023. And usher in new friends in 2024. Usher in new relationships in 2024. And this is how to behave outside there in that light. These are behaviors of a confident person. Remember, you have been locked. Around you are friends who are not helping you. Around you are situations that were not helping you. Around you was that shell of you that was not helping you. And now you are out. You have the freedom, but you don't know how to behave because you feel like you are exposed. You know, let me give it a good example. You have been with this friend of yours who just see things which are negative. This friend of yours who does not help you get out of what you don't know. This friend of yours who is just there and you're very comfortable. You've been in a comfort zone. It has not been going out or back. You've not been going ahead in your life. And now you are outside there. You are in the light, but you feel exposed. How are you supposed to behave so that you get confident? So these are the behaviors of a highly confident person? How are you going to face life outside those situations and outside those people? Number one, you listen out. A confident person listens out for more than they speak. So remember, we are forming new relationships. Remember, we are personal developing ourselves, and we must meet new people outside there. Learn to listen more than you speak. Rest. You find yourself where you left, or what you left, in what you left. D.D. Jakes says, where you go is more important than what you leave. I am a good listener of him, and he has so many words of counsel. Where you're going is more important than what you leave behind. So we've already left those doors, we are in the light. Let's learn to listen more than we speak. For you to be a confident person, you are the last person to ask a question. As people ask questions in a discussion, or in a situation, or in a relationship, you are the last person to ask a question because you have the insight of what you want to ask. So outside there, as you relate with others, be very insightful. Be very, very insightful. And anything that you say, let it not be to kill others, but to build others. These people, for you to be confident, you should not be affected by what people think about you. Remember, where we left is where we are very, very concerned with people validating us. With people, we were very concerned about how people were thinking about us and how people were taking us. But outside there, we are in new light. We are new ourselves. We should not be affected by what people outside there think about us, talk about us, tell us, because we know where we are going. We are focused now more than ever. For you to be confident, make sure that you are not afraid to show empathy, kindness, or patience. In psychology, we talk about being empathic, not sympathizing. You find me in a situation. You want to sympathize with me. You are not helping anything. Don't feel sympathy for me. Empathize with me. There's a difference between those two things. So when you get outside there, when you're in that light, ensure that you are empathy. You treat people with a lot of empathy. You put yourself in their shoes. You can relate with how they feel. Not because you want anything, not because you want to sympathize with them, not because you're happy with whatever they are going on with their lives, but you want to feel them. They need to be felt. You need to embrace them with what they have and with what they are going through and help them outside it. And that is what we do in psychology. You can practice to do that. In psychology, when you come and you have a problem and you want some counsel, you want me to take you through therapy. By the way, I do psychotherapy, stroke counseling, to make it easier for you. I need to empathize. I need to know. I need you to feel that I can feel you. I don't need to sympathize. So if you want to be confident out there, as you make the new relationships, try to be empathic. Make sure that you are not afraid of to show empathy, but not sympathy. But at the same time, make sure that you are not used and your kindness is not taken to be cowardice. Okay? To be confident, always take responsibility. You see, it is connected with the rules of a man. Remember, we still have rules on how we are supposed to behave outside there in the light. Make sure that you take responsibility of your actions and your mistakes once you go outside there. Remember, in English we say, once bitten, twice shy. You're already beaten, you don't want to be beaten again. But don't be shy to show your truthfulness. Don't be shy to show your full potential. But make sure that you take responsibility of any mistakes that you make. You take responsibility for the mistakes that you get and give success where it is deserved. Take the success of others and embrace the success of others. Don't be jealous. That is what we mean. Don't be jealous. My milestones, enjoy with me. My development, enjoy with me. Don't feel bad. Don't step back. Remember, that is where we came from in these 2 doors. So you want to embrace people's success. But take responsibility of your mistakes. Once you fall, wake up and shed off the dust and pick the pieces and move on, because that is what we're doing outside there. We are picking the pieces. These people never humiliate. Be confident. Don't go there and humiliate people the way you are humiliated. Remember, you are used to the life of being humiliated. Remember, you are used in the life which is locked up. There is nothing that you know apart from what was happening in that life around you. You don't go there and humiliate people just because people humiliated you. People let you down. People berated you. People looked down on you. Don't take advantage of others. Remember, we are new self. For you to be confident out there, be gracious in defeat and humble in victory. How much have you achieved? Are you gracious? Are you humble? Are you arrogant? Are you proud? Do you go shouting of your success? Do you go telling people how good you're doing? Be gracious and be humble. The word says, be humble, and I will exalt you. Be humble, you'll be exalted. That is the word says in the Bible. Do not be afraid to say what you know. Remember, when we are locked in between these 2 doors, we did not have an alternative. We followed what they told us. We followed what the situations told us. We followed what our friends told us. We were validated by our friends. But outside there is light. We are forming new relationships. And so we are not afraid to say what we know and ask for help. Say what you know, ask for help. These people, if we want to be confident, we should not be intimidated by change or uncertainty. Remember, we are almost in the light, yes. We don't know what we are getting there because we are outside our cocoon. And so we are about to be intimidated outside there. Remember, I began by saying that we could be feeling like we are exposed because of the life we are used to. And in the process of feeling exposed, there are so many difficulties outside there. There are so many uncertainties outside there. We may be intimidated because we feel exposed. The friends that we left behind were our comfort zone. They were not helping us. We are creating new relationship. We should not be intimidated. That is how confident you should be, even as we walk in the light. And the other way that we can remain to be confident, even as we run away from our past relationships, is to make sure that we never try to appease others blindly. Remember the previous video. Please, if you have not watched that video, make sure that you watch that video, because in between these doors, we are already out, we are in the light. Only that I've closed the doors because there was a lot of light that could ruin the quality of the video. So we are talking about, we are now no longer people pleasers. We are not people pleasers anymore. We are not going to appease anyone outside there blindly. Because this is our new us. We are now new. So as we walk outside there, we are not going to please people and blindly or follow the crowd. We are now strong enough. We are practicing to be confident, and so we are not going to form relationships for the sake. We are not going to follow relationships so that they can validate us. We now know ourselves better. We know our potential. We know we can do better. And so we are not going to appease people blindly. We are not going to follow multitude. We are not going to follow a crowd. We are not just going to follow you outside there, because we know ourselves. And we are now free. liberty, freedom is with us. And so we shall not follow you. You who is waiting for us outside there. We shall not follow you because you are telling us to follow you. We are not going to make you happy, or we are not going to appease you, or we have our eyes opened. And now we are more focused we are now more focused than ever. And so we know where we are heading to. And this is the confident me. This is the confidence you. This is how I want to plan my life. This is a journey, and I want you to move with me. Move with me in this journey, and let's see where we are heading. We are more focused. There's more light. We've prayed to God to help us number our days because we are not growing younger. We are growing old gracefully. We want to be happy. We want people who will take us for who we are. I hope I have helped you. And these are people who are confident. These are people who are starting new relationships. Thank you for joining me. I hope I am giving you an insight. I am making you more informed. And in case you are still stuck outside there, in case you still have issues and you cannot get out, because for you to be able to get these insights, you must be proper insight. You must have that self-insight. You must have that self-awareness, that self-confidence. You must be thinking positively about yourself, away from those people. Who are you? Outside those people, who are you? Outside those two doors, who are you? You must have that self-awareness. And in case you still feel locked out or locked in, if you still follow these rules and these insights, and you still feel locked up, you still feel blocked, you still feel that you cannot move an inch, then you need to seek for therapy. You need to seek for professional help. You need to speak to someone. I am here. You just need to chat in the chat and comment or inbox me. Get into my Instagram or my Facebook, Anna Mugeshe, and just tell me how you want me to help you. Or else, if you are in Kenya, East Africa, book a session through my email, and let's go through this so that we stop living for people but start living for ourselves. Start having a life that is focused. So book a session and let's have a session together. Let's see how we can unblock ourselves if we still feel, after all these insights and these points that you're supposed to follow, if you still feel that you are locked in. Let's move this journey together. Book a session and I will take you through these steps together. We shall see what we feel inside and how we can help ourselves. Once again, my name is Anna Francis, and thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always being there. Thank you so much for subscribing. May God bless you. May God keep you. Bye, and see you next week.